Hey friends, welcome to Post to Post. Welcome to the end of the year 2023. 2024 is upon us, and this is the time where we look back on the year and look at just some of the best jersey concepts that we have received this year on the channel. And there have been thousands and thousands of concepts submitted. Some submitted that I didn't even get a chance to get to this year, and you'll see those in 2024. There's lots to come in 2024. But right now we need to look back. So I have chosen, actually I don't remember the number, it's 46. I have 46 concepts to look at, some of the best from 2023. And the title actually says the best concepts from 2023. But maybe the more appropriate title is some of the best or some of the most interesting concepts from 2023. I chose ones that maybe are a little bit different, nice, obviously, but maybe just a little bit different. Some of the more expected good-looking ones that we really want to see, but I've seen like 1,000 times in concepts. The really logical ones I kind of left out because we know those ones. So these are 46 of some of the best and definitely the most interesting concepts that we have seen in 2023. Let's jump in and take a look at these 46. These are in alphabetical order as far as abbreviation by team. So there is no ranking here or preference in terms of order. So let's look at the first one. So I'm just resizing it here on my screen. The first one here is going to be Arizona, and this is by PGH Concepts. And I thought this was a wonderful take on, well, if we look back at the kind of original, one of the original Arizona Coyotes jerseys, the one that the reverse retros were based on, number 1 and number 2. This kind of goes in line with that a little bit, and I really thought that this was quite an interesting design for multiple reasons. It follows the same thematic of those previous jerseys, maybe specifically the two most recent Adidas ones, the reverse retros, because of the specific cut of this template, which is supposed to be kind of an Adidas jersey. But it's the same like general look, but it's just been spiced up just a little bit, and maybe more in the sense of from a color standpoint. The lighter blue that's being used here, I don't know if that has ever been used in any NHL jersey in recent history that I can think of. We've had some lighter blues for sure, but I don't know if it's been a lighter blue like this and maybe as desaturated as this. So it was just really cool to see a blue like this used, and used in a very complementary way to the other colors. We've got a bit of an off-white or a beige or a cream color. I think that complements very nicely. That also plays right in line with the general, character of Arizona State and the theme that they kind of go for, as well as that kind of like sandish, rustish color that you've got going on down below, plus the actual scene that's happening down below is amazing. And you have those elements as well on other pieces of the uniform. So yes, this is a jersey related video, but we can see the whole uniform here. So although this jersey concept is pretty bold and it's out there, it still does play in line with their theme pretty good. So I thought this one was a really cool, great, and interesting concept. Another Arizona one that I added here was kind of we have to kind of step back a little bit to a previous generation of jersey and kind of theme. So the logo on the front is Kachina themed. Obviously, it's been recolorized a little bit, and I just love the fact that it looks like he's wearing a little bit of a jersey, and like the previous generation of jersey, where the one that we're looking at here is in that same kind of realm, but it's been recolorized and recolorized well. I really like this a lot. I think that it kind of, I have some rules that I kind of list out on paper in my head of what makes a good jersey concept. And sometimes it's cool to see those rules broken or see things that look good that breaks the rule. This does a good example. So in my head, a good jersey concept doesn't alternate colors between letters and numbers. And you see that here. You got burgundy in the numbers and then a white C. On paper, for me, that's a mistake. But sometimes when you see it visually, it does look good, and it's okay to break rules sometimes. And this does that. I think this breaks a rule very acceptably, and it looks good. Like, I don't mind the alternization of the colors here. I think that looks awesome. I really like this jersey concept a lot, and this is by Aiden. Okay, next up we've got one from TechMat. So this is, I guess we have to remove ourselves from current NHL. So there are definitely some concepts in here that aren't even really hockey related. They're hockey jersey templates, but the teams have carried over from multiple leagues. You'll see that coming up. But this is obviously an NHL team that doesn't exist anymore, and I just thought that this was a wonderful concept. My only thing I think I would be critical of here is the bottom of the jersey, that repetitive pattern along the bottom. Other than that, I love the arms. The way that the arms are done is just just magic, honestly. I love the shoulders as well. That's a really, really cool addition, and plays right in line with the logo. Wonderful jersey concept here. This one's by TechMat. Okay, we've got another one here by Aiden, and I think this is a beautiful Boston Bruins possible winter classic concept we should see this in the future. I think this would be a wonderful winter classic design. And I don't remember the theme of this, what this set came from. This could have been winter classic. This could have been alternate. This could have been whatever. It doesn't really matter. But when I see this, I see winter classic. I love the fact that it says captain or hypothetically alternate on the arm. I think that's a wonderful addition to a jersey and makes it very, very unique. So this was a cool one. Keeping in line with Boston, we've got Gordon. This was also really cool. So I think on the face, this is a little bit ugly because there's stripes everywhere. The logo is yellow, which is a bit it's kind of off key for what they usually do, or any team usually does. The numbers on the shoulders, that font is kind of a little bit thin and not really super interesting. But this, you have to think back to, like, when would this jersey actually exist? If we're thinking about the theme of this jersey, well, this wouldn't be a new design that you would see that feels modern. This feels very old school. We have to go way back 100 years, basically, and that's the realm that we kind of need to put our mind in when we look at this jersey, and then we have to kind of dissect the elements from there. Does the striping align with that year or that era? Yes. Does the logo? Yes. It's a little bit weird. It's colorized weird. It does kind of fit in back there. The numbers are very generic. That's exactly like something that they would use back then. So although it's on a modern template, it does feel very old and classic. And for that reason, I really like that. It feels very authentic. So I like this one. Next up, Buffalo. We're going from an era long ago to a very modern era. And I love what Brain Candy did here, specifically with the logo. So the logo's been recolorized, but instead of having... So the edge of the exterior of the logo is a yellow stroke, but then he double stroked it in blue and replicated that on the numbers. I think that helps it stand out wonderfully from the dark blue. Everything is complemented nicely. You still have the stripes on the arms, which aren't exactly what they use, but there's still stripes in the general area, which is nice. The original logo on the shoulder, and it's a really, really nice jersey. I specifically love the logo. Next up, we've got one from Yuri, and this is maybe a perfect Columbus jersey, in my opinion. If they were going to come out with something that had a little bit of an old school feel, maybe like a classic alternate that ran for 3 or 4 years, I think this would be a beautiful option. We get the cannon, we get some text on the front, so it feels a little bit old school. The C turns into cap in there. That is such a nice little addition. I love the stripes up top. We lose the pinstripe coming down, so we get to keep it on the shoulders, which looks good and pays respect to maybe their current look and would fit right in with their theme if they hypothetically kept the same home and away. But we get a little bit more old school striping along the arm. This is a really, really nice jersey. I like this a lot. Okay, next up, one from PGH Concepts, and this was just a little bit of a different take on Calgary. And we removed the red. We stripped the red and we changed it a little bit to burgundy or maroon. And I think that was a wonderful addition. It just makes it classic. Like you're going back to an era that they kind of have already gone back to. Their jerseys are very retro, but he's almost like double retroed it. So the jersey design in general feels classic and retro, but then changing the colors a little bit, like that, this feels like it maybe should have looked in the 80s or 70s or something. I just thought it was really cool. And a big change, but also it was a little change, but it ended up being a big change in a positive way, I think. So good jersey. Moving on, we've got a Chicago one here. This is kind of taking I think it was a Stadium Series jersey, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, it's right behind me down there. So basically taking that jersey and inverting it and maybe making a couple of changes. But I really like this. I think this would be a beautiful jersey. And I think that although Chicago has 1,000 different series jerseys, like they've got so many Winter Classics, they've got a Stadium Series, they've got alternates, they've got obviously the reverse retros. Chicago's kind of running out of ideas. So if you're going to go back and tweak one of the jerseys that they've previously used, this would be a good option, and I love this tweak here. This looks good. Okay, Colorado. So we have this kind of in the same line with Chicago, actually. So Colorado used a similar jersey to this in the Stadium. No, it's not. It's not behind me. In a Stadium Series jersey against, I believe it was it Minnesota? I can't exactly remember. It was in the Reebok years. but it was a beautiful jersey. It's one of my favorites. It was white, and this is kind of the flip of this. So kind of like the Chicago one. There's other changes. Obviously, it's missing a couple of things, but I really like this. Maybe the only criticism would be the numbers. It kind of needs to be black to keep the balance with the top of the black, or the black at the top and the black at the bottom. But I don't feel like they look great on the gray. So maybe if they were burgundy or something, I'm not sure. But I really like this design. Okay, next up, this one is a bit of a weird one because this was from a series that showed 4, and I really want to showcase the one on the bottom left here. I mean, they're all nice, but for me, it's I'm really talking about the one on the bottom left. To me, this kind of is a combination between 2 jerseys. It's the alternate jersey, which is literally my favorite jersey in existence. I love that jersey, with the Stadium Series jersey, which was a really, really cool design. Not everyone loved it, and I don't necessarily blame you. It was kind of crazy, but it's just a wonderful combination between the two. I also get vibes from the San Jose Sharks Stadium Series from around 2015. That game was against LA. That's a beautiful jersey, and it looks great in these colors. I think I don't even know who designed this actually. I apologize. Your name's not on this template, but yeah, wonderful jersey. I really like it. Okay, let's move on to the next one, and that's going to be the Dallas Stars. This one's by Duncan. And I would absolutely adore to see this come back, whether it's reverse retro 3.0, it's not going to happen, or in general, just as an alternate. This goes back in line with the North Stars, maybe the original days of the Dallas Stars, just taking that jersey from 1995 to 1999, swapping it a little bit, changing the color. This would be an incredible uniform and jersey. I would definitely own this. I'm selling a lot of jerseys and have this year, and will continue to in the early days of 2024. But this is one that I would, even though I'm selling a bunch, I'd probably pick this one up. Next, another Dallas one. This is a very logical decision, and a very expected decision. I feel like this is going to happen. It kind of has to. I would love to see a Texas theme based Dallas Stars jersey, and this is exactly what it would be, taking colors from the flag and essentially make it into a jersey. This is amazing. I would love to see this, maybe for a Stadium Series or something. Okay, next up, Dallas Stars again. So this is kind of similar to that first one that we looked at, but this is the white version, or a white iteration kind of that, I guess, time. So this is good. I really like this. Such a clean jersey. The shoulder patch is beautiful. I don't love how it's orientated on the right-hand shoulder, or I don't know, it feels a little bit off. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful jersey. Okay, next up, we've got a bit of a combination. I actually added this for both of these. This was a Winter Classic matchup by BW Hockey, and he went through and he picked up matchups and he made jerseys for each matchup and he kind of tried to make them similar a little bit. And I thought it was one of the best series that we looked at, I think, in 2023. And this was one of the best from that series. Both of these jerseys are awesome. Now, the one on the left, the Dallas one, doesn't scream Winter Classic, but it does feel a little bit old school. The one on the right, to me, is definitely Winter Classic. Could even be Stadium Series. They're both kind of a mix between Stadium Series and Winter Classic. Both are beautiful. Absolutely wonderful job here. Okay, next up, we've got a Detroit Red Wings jersey, and this was, I think, if this came back, I don't know how Red Wings fans would feel, but I really, really like this. So this kind of goes into, I think there's two. There was a Winter Classic and a Stadium Series jersey that kind of look like this. But this is odd because it's not symmetrical. Most jersey concepts, or most jerseys, are symmetrical. This is very much not symmetrical. But the way that this designer balanced this was very kind of genius. So if you look at the angular striping in the middle here, it's very left-weighted. It's very left-top weighted because of the colorization up top on the left and none on the right. So to balance that, the designer put the actual logo on the opposing shoulder and Red Wings here. So it just gives a little bit of that visual balance, which is really nice. Okay, next up we've got Florida. This one's by Aiden. Absolutely, you're combining, I guess, maybe the alternate from the early 2010s-ish eras, like 2012 or something like that, plus the reverse retro that we just saw in number 1. And I think this is great. I think this is a perfect alternate jersey. This would be amazing. Beautiful colors. Great stuff. Next up, another Florida one. This one was cool as well. I thought it was just so different. It was just completely different. The logo on the shoulder we are familiar with, not exactly colorized like that, but we have no red here. We just have a dark blue, a light blue, a yellow, and white. And I think the orientation of all those colors, the balance is very nice. I just thought it was just something a little bit different, and it deserved to be in this video. Florida, again, this was amazing. Stadium Series concept. This one's by, you can read it at the bottom. I think that's a bunch of stuff together, a bunch of words together. But this was just so well done. The numbers on the shoulders, that is a good indication of a Stadium Series jersey. So well done there. Beautiful stage gradient in the middle. Makes up even a stripe in the background. If you want to look at that as one big stripe, absolutely. We get the beautiful blue down below. We get the lovely white up top. It's different. Absolutely it's different, but it is nice. Okay, next up. This was one of those ones that, aren't an NHL team. This was a crossover series. We do this every once in a while, and this was taking the Astros team, which is not a hockey team, boom, putting it on a hockey jersey and seeing what comes up. I absolutely, I know this isn't going to be anyone's favorite from this year, but I absolutely adore this jersey. It screams like 80s. I love the stage gradient in the middle. It's busy. It's got a word logo on the front. Like, this kind of goes against what I typically like, but I just think it's so different. I would love to see this in a hockey jersey. I just think this would be beautiful, even if it just existed as a warm-up jersey. It's so cool. Moving on, we've got, I guess, a team that may exist in the future, if we're lucky, maybe, if we're lucky. The Houston Aeros. This is, I guess, a visualization of what could be coming. The Houston Aeros are a team that did exist in the past, not in the NHL. But if this team did come to the NHL, I think that this is a wonderful design. Look at how the stripes are done on the arms. So good. Absolutely just perfect the way that the stripes are done. Just so different and unique. The shoulder patch is beautiful. The specific shades of colors here chosen complement each other well. Just a wonderful jersey. Moving on, we got Minnesota here, and I thought this was absolutely wonderful. Just a very, not visually overpowering jersey, but visually there's a lot going on. In the background of the dark blue, we've got an entire space scene. There's stars and there's a bit of a galaxy there. There's just a lot going on back there. It doesn't look like it, at first, but once you start paying attention to the detail, that's really cool. I love that. And then the logo's been recolorized with a stage gradient of the Aurora Borealis, the northern lights in the background of that logo, using an off-white, which Minnesota's allowed to use, and a wonderful logo on the shoulder there. So I just think this was an absolutely stellar jersey concept. One of my favorites from the year for sure. Minnesota, again here, this is pretty much if I was going to ask someone to design me a perfect Winter Classic jersey for Minnesota, this would probably be it. Or alternate, honestly. This is just such a well-designed jersey. It's balanced nicely. If you look at the angle of the M, kind of like that Detroit one, it kind of has more real estate on the top corner of one of the jerseys because it's angled like that. So to balance it, put the C on the other side. It's a great decision here by Zach, the designer. We just looked at this, I think, recently in the past couple of months. And yeah, it's a great jersey. Minnesota, again, I thought this was so unique and just a little bit different. Like, if we're talking Stadium Series jersey or just like a really modern alternate, this is great. Taking the logo and kind of just playing around with it and just making a different version of the logo instead of that bear head. I think it's a bear. Anyways, just having fun with that and putting the M in there and just kind of replicating that. I will say that I think this logo needs a little bit of a stroke. It is stroked in green, but it blends into the background of the jersey. Only critical point there. Love the arms. I think that was a really cool addition to add the trees in there. Good stuff. Montreal. Usually I'm pretty critical of the Montreal Canadiens, but this was really nice. I love how much respect this pays to the past. It's a very clean jersey. It's so well done. So I really, really like this a lot. I love that kind of old school logo there on the front. Great job. Another Montreal Canadiens jersey here, again from that same Ivory series that we just looked at. I thought this was really cool as well, kind of paying respect to the past. Using off-white, I think Montreal should use off-white. I think it would look beautiful in a jersey. This was awesome. Next up, we've got another one from BW Hockey from that same series where he did the Winter Classic, and I think this was a wonderful matchup as well. I really like the Montreal Canadiens one. I think that is excellent. I don't even think I would change anything about it. very well done. The Boston one isn't like 100% for me, but it's still very nice. I think if you just try and pretend that these two teams are playing against each other with these jerseys or potential uniforms, it'd be a beautiful matchup. All right, let's keep going. We've got the Islanders. So we did see a lot of fisherman concepts this year, and it was difficult to choose one, but I felt like this one really deserved to be in there just to appease like the on-the-fence fisherman fans. Typically, the reason that people don't like the fisherman jersey isn't necessarily for the logo. From what I've read in the comments, obviously it's going to be different for everyone, but I'm just, I read a lot of comments, so I'm just kind of going by the popular comments and popular opinions. The logo is not ideal for them, but the biggest issue that they seem to have is the wave, the giant wave that's down below in the jersey. It makes it a little bit of a silly jersey, and I think Brain Candy kind of fixes that. He keeps a little bit of that wave action in the arms, but it's very, very subtle. And the bottom middle of the jersey is very clean now. There's nothing going on, but you still get the fisherman logo. So I think this bridges the gap of haters and lovers of the fisherman to kind of meet in the middle a little bit. And that's a hard thing to do. So Brain Candy did a good job. Next, this was by PGH Concepts. I thought this was a absolutely wonderful jersey, completely different than anything that we've really seen from the Rangers. The shoulders are very bold. The middle of the jersey is just crazy with a logo that I would never choose to put on a jersey, but it looks good here. Sticking with the number stylization on the back that they normally use. This just goes back to kind of like that. Who was it that we looked at? I think it was the Boston jersey. Just thinking about a jersey that could have existed 100 years ago or whatever, and this could have. And I think that it's just so well executed if you look at it through that lens. So great jersey here. Next, the Ottawa Senators. This was a mashup. This is a very strange series. It was a mashup where you take one team and another team and kind of combine their jerseys into one. So taking the look of a jersey, but using the colors from a different team. It was surprising how many jerseys actually worked. Now, there were definitely some that didn't. But I thought this was one of the more interesting ones from there because this absolutely works, in my opinion, taking the Ottawa Senators logo in the shoulder patch but using the Washington Capitals colors. To me, it blends so perfectly and so nicely. The logo is too far to the right here, so I just push it over to the left a little bit. My only criticism, but this is a wonderful jersey. Ottawa Senators here again. So this goes right back with the Boston, with the New York one that we just looked at. Thinking about a time long ago, from 1917-21. He's got the year right up here, Jack Hall, and just kind of designing something around that. Now the series was called the Ugly Series, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it says down below, Ugly NHL Series, and yes, it is ugly, but how cool would it be to see this just for like a game or two, just paying respect to their history. I think this is a cool design. All right, keeping on. We've got the Pittsburgh Penguins. This is by Brain Candy. He also did a blue version of this jersey, if I'm not mistaken. But this is like, if you have to design the most modern Pittsburgh Penguins jersey, this might be it. Just the way that the shoulders are done with the kind of color bleeding out from the middle. The shoulder patch has almost a bit of like grungy look to it. The logo's been updated and modernized. The whole jersey has this like line texture happening. It's a very cool jersey, and I just thought that it was a wonderful like thought process. A lot of people do modern, but don't go like full modern. A lot of people keep it simple or go classic. It's not often that we get someone to go modern and go full modern, and it also look good. So I think it was a wonderful job. Next, San Jose Sharks. Now, there were two versions of this jersey. There was a dark version and a white version. I could have chosen both. Both are really nice. I did end up choosing the white version here to showcase. I just think this is a great jersey. I think the logo is a little bit too low, but otherwise, this feels classic, but it also, this could work today. This could work today. I think this is better than their away jersey right now, and some people will disagree, obviously, but yeah, I like this one. Okay, so we actually just looked at this one, and I threw this in there just for fun, basically. If you haven't seen the Christmas jersey video, we just did that last week, so all jerseys were kind of Christmas themed, and as ridiculous as this one is, I kind of like it. It looks like Matrix code a little bit if you look at it in your peripheral vision only, but yeah, just a fun jersey. I just thought I'd throw it in here. Okay, next up, this was a cool series. This was the FIFA World Cup series, and it was really interesting to look at the countries changed into jerseys, and there's some obvious ones like Canada and the United States. We're used to seeing like Finland and Sweden. We're used to seeing these countries have hockey jerseys because of the Olympics, because of the World Cup and stuff. But this was cool because it's a Spain. Like Spain is not going to have a hockey jersey, but to see the colors put in here onto a hockey jersey is really cool. I think this is a wonderful jersey, and I'm so glad that it was done. Moving on, we got the St. Louis Blues here, and this is a bit of a basic template, bit of a basic concept, but it's executed kind of perfectly here. The St. Louis Blues, like I think I said this in the last video, or maybe the video before that. Whoever makes a concept, like, just kind of doesn't miss, because the colors look so good together. And the way that Johnny Woods here has taken the colors of a blue, a yellow, and then the light blue, which isn't exactly what they've used in the past, but the specific shade that he's chosen works so beautifully with the rest of the jersey. This would be an absolute killer alternate jersey for the team, and it would be very popular amongst jersey collectors, I think, as well. Okay, next up, we've got the Rays. All right, so again, not an NHL team, but kind of a combination between two sports here with baseball and hockey. Beautiful gradient on the arms, beautiful colors chosen here, and just a relation between the two colors as well. It's very beautifully executed, I think, in this entire jersey. Next up, the Tampa Bay Lightning, and this was a wonderful uniform kind of thought process here. If we're thinking into the future, thinking super modern, we've got lightning bolts on the arms, we've got a gradient within the logo on the white one. Now the blue one is the one I'm kind of concentrating on here. The white one's maybe a little bit too white because of the pants, but the blue one is pretty much perfect. I think it's just a fabulous kind of forward-thinking concept. Tampa Bay, this one is also excellent. I really like the way that the colors come from the neck all the way down, incorporating not just a simple stripe coming down, but we get that kind of theme in there, that lightning bolt. Don't absolutely love the logo, don't absolutely love the shoulder patch, but the way that the jersey is designed is perfect. Next up, the Toronto Maple Leafs. So this is I think they used this in a Winter Classic. It was a blue version of this jersey, if I'm not mistaken. And just to see it in white and tweaked a little bit, I think this would be a wonderful like away jersey or just alternate for them. I can see this in a uniform just looking absolutely stellar. So great job here. And the Vancouver Canucks. I think this is one of the last ones. We've got about 5 out left after this. This was so completely different than anything that I've seen from Vancouver. Because yes, we get the logo that we're familiar with on the front. Yes, we get the shoulder patch that we're familiar with. But it's been spiced up with some of that kind of local indigenous kind of design in the striping. We've got beautiful colors here with that teal. Very, very saturated teal. Complements nicely with the red, with the white, with the black. Got some design on the neck here as well. Just totally, completely different than anything that we've seen from Vancouver. So wonderful design. A Vancouver one here, again, complete classic jersey. This looks like the heritage jersey, but using kind of some modern colors, but including an off-white instead of white. Lovely jersey here. And yeah, I love to see it. Okay, another Vancouver one here, and also Philadelphia. So this was kind of a combination between two teams as well, taking Philadelphia's colors, putting it on a possible Vancouver jersey. And it's a little strange. It almost looks like a roller hockey jersey or something. Like, I get that from the arms. I don't know why I said that, but I just get that vibe from the arms. But it's kind of neat. Like, it just looks like it might work. Looks like it might work. Okay, a Vancouver Canucks one here again. I think this is also beautiful. Just adding yellow with the green and that specific shade of blue chosen. I don't absolutely love the logo, but I really like this jersey concept. I love the fact that there's a bit of a wave in there. Vancouver is located on the Pacific Ocean, the west coast of Canada, so I love to have that little bit of a theme in there. So good stuff. The Winnipeg Jets. This was a great kind of combination between the Winnipeg Jets classic look plus the Atlanta Thrashers jersey that we all seem to love. It's the one that looks completely ridiculous because it's not symmetrical. It's got half of the arm completely different than the other one. But how good would this look, and how good would this jersey sell if the NHL did this or Winnipeg did this? It's just a really, really cool combination between two teams here. And this one is our last one, and kind of like that Vancouver one that we saw, this is just taking colors that the team doesn't use. The burgundy, we got a burgundy or a maroon and a yellow together. Like, this is crazy. I will say that I don't love the blue numbers because there's no blue in the rest of the jersey, but I just think this is so completely different than anything that we've seen from Winnipeg. It does feel classic, and it does work. Like, this would be a cool uniform. And this is coming from a person who does not like yellow very much. So Yuri, has done a wonderful job here. So If I was going to pick my favorite from all of these, well, guess what? I literally can't, because there's so many amazing ones here. I want to give a big shout out and thank you to all the designers who have submitted concepts this year. I really appreciate the time and effort that you've put in, not only to singular jersey concepts, but an entire series. We've had some people submit multiple series that we've gone through. So the amount of time and attention that it takes to go through there and do that is just, it's pretty remarkable. So I really, really appreciate anyone who has gone and done that. Now, if you want to get into jersey concepts and creating and playing around with your creativity, I can help you out a little bit. If you go to sportstemplates.net, you can use code post-to-post. That's going to get yourself 10% off the jersey template on there. And there are other templates as well. You saw them. I'm not sure if you noticed, but you saw a couple as we went through this video. There was the jersey one, there was the uniform one, there was the flat lay uniform one as well. So there's lots of different options over there. There's also free options as well. So if you've already got Photoshop and you want to play around a little bit but not spend any extra money right now, get one of those free ones, play around, and then maybe in the future drop some coin on a concept or a template that you really like, and then make sure you use code post-to-post. It's going to save yourself 10% over there. So big thanks again to all the jersey concept designers out there. You guys are wonderful. Thanks for making 2023 a great year for jersey concepts. And I can't see what you guys have in store for 2024 because we're going to be looking at it. Hope you guys have a wonderful end to your 2023 year and a very excellent start to your 2024. If you are not subscribed, I would love it if you could hit the subscribe button and join me here. And if you did enjoy this video, hit the like button. Take care. We'll talk to you soon. Adios.